Croqueta
Chat! My name is Michelle. After last episode, I'm not allowed to blabber.
I'm Louis.
And I'm Mike. And welcome back. We're going to talk about episode 1 this time.
Yes.
All right, but before we get into episode... Go ahead. What's up, Louis?
Yeah, so we start our first ever recording with episode 2, so now we're going to go to episode 1. Yeah. And yes, we apologize. Episode 1 was a little too long, but we're having such a fun time. It just, I don't know what happened. An hour and 15 minutes passed by. And
you know what it is that when you're reliving the experience, you just I'm
not allowed to talk today.
All right, but before we get into episode 1, though, let's talk about the first watch party. You guys had a party. I think it was at a gym or something. I was watching some stuff on IG. I'm going to provide the link below in the description. Was that cool or what?
It was amazing. It was wild.
Incredible.
Yeah, it was at our friend's yoga studio, and he has like a little private yoga studio with a big screen already. It was a perfect location. We told our friends before they come in, they got to take off their shoes, keep everything clean. We had about 50 to 60 people there, and it was the perfect location for our premiere party. And it was wild. It was like watching our favorite sports team, and people were cheering us on and stuff.
Every time we would come on, it was like, Wah! And it was amazing. It was comfortable. There was bean bags on the ground. We had croquetas. We had German beer. It was like a little bit of everything made it perfect.
It was
nice.
We didn't have Mike.
Yeah, it was a perfect party. Yeah. Mike, you should.
Yeah, I couldn't come. I was actually in Vegas for a business trip, so I wasn't able to go. But I heard it was awesome. I heard it was amazing.
Great. It was great.
All right,
Thanks
cool.
to everybody that came.
So before we begin, let's talk a little bit about the cast. Right, I want to talk about. Let's see, where do I have? I have it here. Here we go. I want to talk a little bit about cast. I know you guys have experience with the cast now, right after you've done the show. But what did you guys think of the cast before the show? Do you guys get to talk to them? Did you meet them? Did you get to any of that? We'll start with Glenda Lumumba.
Yeah. So, well, Mike, basically, when you're on The Amazing Race, right, and you go to we flew to LA. That was the where we had like an orientation week. It was like 6 days of just like doing interviews, going over race rules, and pretty much going over logistics and things like that. But we couldn't talk to anybody. So it was everywhere we went, there were chaperones with us that were shushing us, like they wanted to save any conversation for the camera. So we really didn't know anybody.
Yeah, and on top of that, we all had masks on. So we had no idea what they looked under that mask either. So it was like a little weird to finally see mouths when it was finally taken off, because you were thinking it looked like something else.
So I won't even go through the cast then. You guys didn't even know any of them. You guys
we couldn't.
Went to LA, went to Germany.
Well, we do have a great story. When we were sitting down, I was looking around. I was like, Louis, I think this is a brother and sister. I think this is this. We thought Will and Abby were brother and sister. I thought Glenda Lumumba were part of the military somehow.
But I knew they were together. For some reason, I thought they were military. We don't know why. We're just guessing.
Yeah, and then like the brothers, we knew they were brothers, all this stuff. And then I look back and I'm like, there is this older guy there, and like they have
So I'm standing up, right? And first, I mean, we walk into this ballroom, and we're actually the last group of people to walk in. So all the teams picked tables in the back. So Michelle and I and 2 other teams had to sit down on the front tables. So we walk in and everybody's there looking at us already. And we're just like, oh my God, we don't know anybody, all these teams, everybody's sizing each other up. Like, what's up? Come on. And no, just kidding. It wasn't like that. But so yeah, we sit down, and during a break, I stand up and I see them, Tim and Rex, in the back. And I'm like, with a T-Rex t-shirt, and I'm like, that's Rex Ryan. That's wild. I'm thinking how good of a personality he is, how good he is on ESPN. And in my head, I'm like, oh, snap, that's going to be amazing. We got a football coach on our season. And then right when I'm thinking that, Michelle goes, hey, babe, do you see those older guys in the back with the dinosaur shorts? And I'm like, yeah, babe. She goes, I think they're paleontologists. And I'm like, she's so cute. She saw the dinosaur shirts. She thought they were paleontologists. I'm like, no, babe. That's an NFL head coach. You don't know who they are. I'm not sure who the other guy is. Tim is a big dude. He's strong. I thought he was an
really?
assistant.
I mean, Rex
coach or something.
looks real tall, right? He looks especially here.
Rex
So
is a big dude. He's like 6'2", 6'3", maybe. And Tim's a big guy, so I thought that was for sure an assistant coach. It turns out just be his golf buddy.
Golf buddies.
But yeah,
golf
I mean,
buddies.
that's just the one small story.
Yeah,
That's
fun.
hilarious. That's
We
hilarious.
thought, we thought Quentin and Maddie were part of Love Island. We thought they were a couple together.
Oh yeah.
Because they're really tall as well. And they look like models. And, we couldn't see anything. So
Yeah.
That's funny. That's great.
I got the tap already.
All right, move on. Let's go.
All right. Let's go. We're gonna go straight into episode 1. We're calling the podcast Scramble All the Way because they did something they've never done on Amazing Race, and you guys are scrambling. You guys can do whatever roadblock in whichever option you want. Oh my god, I'm fumbling in my words, but you can choose which one to go at whatever point in time, and then go to the end of the pit stop.
Yeah.
You guys are in Munich, Germany, but before you were in Munich, Germany, talk to me about the boat.
Yeah, so that actually was the day before.
Yeah.
That wasn't the same day. Obviously, they're gonna make it cut like that, but
Cuts like it's the same day.
Yeah. Actually, before getting to Germany, we got onto a flight, and we were in LA, right? And they said, "All right, guys, we're leaving," and they actually told us, "We got some news for y'all. This is gonna be the first time ever the Amazing Race starts in a different country." So this is right before we get on the plane, and we're like, "Holy shit, this is gonna be crazy!" So we get on the plane, and we have no idea where we're going. They don't tell us anything, and we flew about 5 hours, babe?
Yeah, we're looking at our compass the whole entire time.
Yeah, we're looking at our compass. It's like we're leaving like in the afternoon, and it's like a 5-hour flight. I know we're going east, and we let north a little bit. So I'm like, all right, and then we land, and I'm like, the Amazing Race is starting in Canada.
We were like, we think we're in Canada.
Yeah.
And then we hear in the back, because we were all the way towards the front, we're like, oh, I think we landed in Mexico. No, we're in South America. And I was like, oh my God.
They didn't even tell you. Is this a private plane?
No. We were like, because everyone's looking at their compass. I'm like, navigation is going to be easy for us because these guys think we're going south. There's no way.
Yes.
Is this a private charter or was this?
Yes. So this is all a private charter. I think last season they had a smaller plane because looking at the pictures, it was all the seats were like, it just looked small, like a smaller airplane.
Yeah, smaller plane.
We had a 737, and it was one of those regular commercial jets, but obviously private. And then we landed in Halifax, Canada. We didn't know this at the time, but we land and we're like, oh my god, we're about to get off. And the pilot's like, all right, passengers, everybody stay put. We're refueling, and we're like, oh my god, we're refueling. We have no idea if we're refueling. That means we're going somewhere far.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we start seeing all the other production just chill. You know, they have a few
Starting to fall
drinks.
asleep.
They have
everything.
their little eye cover things on, and they start to fall asleep. We're like, this is gonna be a long flight. So yeah, we're not starting in Canada. And the pilot was hilarious. Before we left, he was just like, what was it that he said? We're going to location unknown.
Time unknown. Weather unknown.
Weather at destination unknown. And he started playing that song. How's that song go? Destination Unknown, right? Is that the song?
I think
You know what
so.
song that is, Mike?
I don't know. If I hear it, I'll probably remember it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
I'll
that
find
song.
it and I'll play it for all the listeners out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's right here. So that's I think it's called Destination. Anyways, and yeah, that was it is nobody who on this planet has ever experienced that. A 15-hour flight not knowing where they're going. Like how do you experience? Like there's no other way to experience that.
Yeah. And then we land, and everyone's trying to look at the flags or look at the planes, and we can't find because we're looking around and there's nothing in specific. There's different flags, different planes, and we're like, of course, because it's an airport, different types of planes are landing here. And we don't understand the language. We're going through like a customs.
We're doing customs,
And then Lewis goes to the guy, hi, like, I love your country. It is
You're such
Germany.
You're such a ham, dude.
Yeah, I said Germany.
Yeah.
And I saw you know on the German soccer team's jerseys they have that black bird looking logo, and I saw that in his uniform. I saw a sign that says Deutschland.
Deutschland, yeah.
That means German.
Yeah.
Yes, that means Germany,
It's
in German.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, all right, I think we're in Germany. I asked him, he's like, yes, you're in Germany. And it says like, you idiot. Like, he's mad at me. You know, he's like, of course you're in Germany. He has no idea what's going on, I guess, with us. But yeah, so that's what happened.
Nice. I love it. All right, boat was cool. You got your intros and you know all your stuff going on, your marriage picture.
First we get introduced. That was pretty cool.
You guys got a great edit right at the start. You guys were popping up all over the place.
Edit.
I liked it too. And who took that wonderful, beautiful picture?
Oh, you saw that one? That was my wife, Michelle March, in case any of you guys are interested.
Michelle March Photography.
That's right. And then we've got the number 2 right now, right? Because the number 1 Mr. Worldwide is sitting right here in this podcast. Number 2 is in this picture.
Scoot over, Pit.
That's right. Here's the number 1 right there.
No.
Louis the firefighter. I loved it. I loved the intro. I thought it was awesome. And then you guys already started kind of like showing that you and Claire and Derek, you guys are kind of like talking a little bit. You're like, hey, what's up? Did you know of them before the show?
No. We heard little whispers around there that were there. They were from Big Brother.
Got it.
You know, and even though we weren't supposed to talk to each other, little whispers came around. And then, we just asked them, you know, what, I guess that boat was our first conversation with them. We're like, hey guys, you know, we didn't watch the show, but I heard you guys were on Big Brother. That's really cool. And then we're riding down this raft. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot what we were talking about, but yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go.
Right from the start. Right from the get-go.
Created his bromance at that moment. Fell in love with Derek.
Love that dude.
Yeah, he seems like a really, really cool dude. All right, so we're at the finish. We're at the start. We're at the starting line. You guys find out about the scramble, and you're like, ooh, what? You guys had also some kind of interview happening right here. You guys were actually on the screen. You're like,
Scramble, let's do it.
Scramble. And then the race starts. And you booked it. If you guys can see, here's Louis. Here's Michelle.
Where?
She's on
Is she in the screen?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? And
it's Q and Maddie, and then I think it's like David.
Here's Rich,
myself.
here's Dom, and there's Michelle right in the middle.
Because it's funny because everybody, before you start, you know, with Phil, everybody from, even Bertram is like, guys, you are not going to win or lose a race by sprinting as fast as you can to that bag. If you do get injured, you're done. Don't get injured the first 20 seconds of the race.
The floor was wet.
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right.
I was trying to run on the grass to see if like it would like help a little bit because it was very rocky too. But it was rocky. Like it just, I'm not going to injure myself.
The grass is not going to help.
I don't know.
That was no
gravel,
traction. I ran on the grass because the grass was right, like, that was the fastest path for me.
Yeah.
You know, but anyways, I was trying to, I told myself, I'm not going to run fast. I'm not going to get injured. Dude, but the competitor in me, I'm like, go! I just couldn't run like regular. I couldn't. Like I had to run as hard as I could. So yeah, I mean,
well,
that's what happened.
I knew you were gonna run like that from the get-go.
I can't half-ass
I think he wanted to show at least once that he could catch up to the military boys for sure.
So Marcus and Michael, they booked it. They were just running really fast. Let me see.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they were the first one there. Yeah, for sure. All right. Start of the race. You guys are all the way here at the left, and then smash, roll, and saw. You can see this triangle kind of thing. But what I want to talk about is this still right here. You guys have a huge map, and you guys got to find these locations because you don't know where they are. They just told you where they are, and then you got to find it. Looks like you have a pen, and you have a phone, so you stop someone.
We did stop someone, and we actually got in the car and we tried to find the location in the car so we could just keep going. There was like streets. There was street names in the back, but we didn't take it as street names. We thought it was something else because each map we've gotten in the different legs are completely different.
Wait. What do you mean the
like we tried to look? We tried to look for.
Oh, in the index.
Yeah, in the index. Got it.
Yeah, we tried to find the places through the back, see if it was like, because some places have like monuments, parks, all that stuff. It wasn't that, so we're like, we got to figure it out. We asked for directions, and we actually got directions to roll first, like hand by hand directions. We're like, we're gonna get
The Luitpold Park.
like Luitpold Park. We're gonna get step-by-step directions, because that's how we kind of like practiced back at home. And then we still like kind of like added where the other places was on the map for the future. But we were gonna go to Luitpold Park.
But did you find a location for all 3 places?
Yes.
Got it. So then,
We just marked it because I was like, after I'll figure out how to get there through the map. But right now we need to figure out how to get to the next place the fastest. And then when we went out into the streets, I couldn't find the directions that we had written down step by step. So I was like, out of these 2 places, this looks closest, and I know where we're at, and this is the street where we're at, and that's why I went to Smash.
and you guys went to Smash, but I mean, Smash is a good good starting point to go to, because you guys didn't know where the pit stop was either.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where'd you guys?
And according to the map, knowing where the pit stop is now, Smash was a good start.
Yeah, it's a great start. Well, where is the pit stop more or less? Is it on the right side by Saw?
On the right side, Saw. South of that, by a little bit more southeast by the river.
Got it. So it's further down, I guess, more over here towards this area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys had a good start. It was just then when you went Smash to Saw to roll to then come all the way back.
Yeah, and sorry, you could go ahead.
Yeah, basically, like, we were on our way from Smash. We were going to go to Roll next. And basically, like, we couldn't find the next marking. We couldn't find the marking of Roll.
Got it.
So basically, I told Michelle, I'm like, you can't find it? All right. And she says, I can find Saw. And I'm like, maybe this is a sign. Maybe God is helping us out here. Maybe it's like, all right, he wants us to finish and Roll because the pit stop's nearby Roll. So we're just like, all right, let's just go to Saw. And that's pretty much what happened in Saw. Not sure if you want to talk how good I smashed it.
we'll get to that in just a second.
Cool.
Oh, man.
So we basically marked it on cobblestone, and it was a terrible marking. We learned how to mark after that.
Yeah. The first leg, there was a lot of things we could do.
You guys, but that's the learning leg, right? That's where you guys started learning everything.
And yeah, we learned a lot of things. You know, different pen highlighter. It's just easier.
And do they provide you with a pen, or do you have to find a pen, or
nothing?
They don't give you anything.
No.
Did you bring it from home?
Episode 0. How about that?
Okay.
They give you a map.
That's all they give you. They give you a map. They give you money, I'm guessing, right? Because if you have to pay for something,
Fanny pack.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the fanny pack is theirs. They give it to you. They give
they give us. They give us a fanny pack.
Nice. Good to know. I want a fanny pack, so that's on my list of wants. All right, guys, make it happen.
Buy one too.
Yeah, they took it away. Yeah, but.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you guys are concentrating. Look at you, man. You guys were stressed. You were feeling it.
Dude, look at my hair is messed up. It was raining. I look sweaty from my 100-yard sprint.
Michelle's focusing on the map.
Concentration.
All right, so
that's me throughout the whole entire time we are on the race. Just focusing on the map.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about that in just a second, because you guys get to smash, right? And Lewis is smashing. You went wild, dude. You went Hulk. You went Hulk on this ice block. But while you're doing that, look at Michelle. She's looking at the map.
Yeah, she was. That was perfect.
Look at her. She's like, yeah, babe, yeah. Look.
Yeah, according to the edit, maybe other teams did do that, but she was the only person that was ready to go to the next spot.
The only other person I saw doing that was Maddie. She started opening up the map, and I was gonna hey Maddie, you want to see exactly where we should go, and then boom, Lewis is out, and I was like, I gotta go back.
Okay, so talk to me about talk to me about this ice, the smashing the ice.
Dude, basically, I saw Emily it was Molly. Molly up there, with a pick and just hammering like this, and dude, they brought out this massive block of ice. I literally just picked the heaviest thing there, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go in on this thing, dude. I am just gonna go straight serial killer on this and just go pounding away. And yeah, that was the plan. And pretty much that task was easy. Everybody did it in a minute, 2 minutes. I probably did it in 45 seconds. No big deal, not a big difference, but I looked good on TV.
You're very happy with how you looked, Louis?
I got out of there fast and it was easy. I mean, no big deal. I mean, I did look a little dumb how Derek did it at the end. Derek just kind of like hit it twice, rubbed it and blew on it, and it kind of just like cracked over. But whatever, it happens.
Show your muscles.
But yeah,
Did it the Arnold
I wonder
way.
if since they left it last, they probably had like a melted piece of ice or something. I don't know what that was, but Derek barely put any muscle in it and just broke it. Maybe he's stronger than we think.
There's a saying in Spanish that goes, "Más vale maña que fuerza," right? which translates to it's better for you to be smart about it than to force your way through, right? So I mean, Derek's got you on this one. On this one, Derek's got you.
I mean, this one was.
That's exactly what your mother said, Michael.
This was funner. This was funner to do it like that. So
Yeah, but look at this still, right? Look at him. He is exhausted. You
we
are.
could talk about that phrase in Saw. So save that one for later.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Which is where we're going next, right?
Okay.
We're at Saw.
Yeah.
We're at Saw. We're at Saw. Saw is at the Beer Garden Sea House.
Yes.
You guys drive there because you couldn't find the location of Leopold Park, so you guys decided to go Saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to me about walking towards the challenge.
We found it perfect, by the way.
Yeah.
We went straight
there, no traffic.
We had, I don't know how I led him. I led him through this beautiful monuments, and I was like, this is why we're on the race. We were so happy until, the Saw. Go ahead.
Saw. We have to do it to the Bavarian music, I think it was called.
Yeah.
And what they didn't show on TV, you could only saw while the band is playing.
Oh, wow.
Only while the band was playing. So they're playing away, and then once they stop, you got to stop. Obviously, it says you also have to wear the full costume. You have to wear the hat. It says that in the clue and the gloves. All right. As you can tell, I am not good with saws. In the fire department, we have gas-powered saws. We don't have hand tools,
You would think that you'd have some manual saw training through the fire department, right?
No. Absolutely not. As you could tell, we do have axes in the fire department, as you could tell from Smash.
So if this would have been an axe challenge,
I would have destroyed it just like Smash. But yeah, saws, not so much. We learned later, I was doing the first thing that wrong was I was pushing. I told her to push while pulling. That bended the saw. I was trying to go at an angle, because the guy said like this, right? So I'm thinking maybe I exaggerated the motion too much, and I'm like, all right, babe, let's go like that. That ride at the fair, that boat at the fair that just goes like this and like that. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, all right, let's go like this. We got this.
Oh, that's great.
And we were messing up. Will and Abby come in, and their technique was flawless. And Michelle's like, let's do it like them. And at first, I didn't get it at first, no. And then she'll say it after a while, let's do it like them. And
so talk about communication then, right?
Do you want to talk?
So basically, I told Louis before going on the race, I'm going to let you wear the pants in this race, right? I want you to make the decisions. You're good at making decisions, And then Saw came, and I thought he would probably know it more because I don't even work with tools or anything. I don't touch any of that. So when he was telling me at first, oh, it's this way, I was like, okay, cool. You know how to do it. I don't. I'm just going to follow your lead. I was sweating. I was putting arm into it. And I was fine with that. I was like, this is just hard. Then when Abby come in and they're like, ding, and they're going, I'm like, Louis, okay, we're gonna have to try something different. They're about to pass us. I'm like, they're passing us and they're not doing anything. They're not even sweating. And we're like putting our leg on the saw. That it didn't show it there, but I had to put it sometimes because it would get stuck. I would pull. We were sweating. They leave and I'm like, please, let's just try this technique for a little bit, please.
And what I was trying to tell her was, how can we do this small technique if the saw isn't moving. Like every time I pull, the whole log will move. So we were like putting our foot down and trying to go slow, but after a while, that's when I was like, she was like, why are you stopping? And she pushes me. That part. And I'm like, do you want to switch? Like, switching ain't gonna do shit, but let's just switch. Like, I don't know what else to do. I was just like, all right. So when I switched with her, my side was straight, her side was bent like this, and I'm like, I think that's why our saw is stuck. It's not moving because it's bending in the middle, so it's gonna be very hard. So what do we do? Do we reset or do we keep on going through? And we can't do that little small stroke technique because it's stuck.
He would do a small stroke for 2 seconds.
Because it was stuck.
No, you would do it. You told me in the car. He would do it for 2 seconds, and he's like, "Oh, that's not working." No, what was funny is we get into the car, and they ask us because they always interview us in the car as we're driving to the next place, and they were like, "What do you think happened in the saw?"
Where's your energy drink?
It's over here.
I want some.
You don't need any more energy after this. So they're like, what do you think you did wrong? And I was like, we did the technique wrong. Like, people who were coming after us started doing it to the side and they were leaving faster. And the camera and audio person were like, and then Lewis, like they wouldn't.
Well, it was obvious the technique was wrong.
Then Lewis was like, no, actually, I think it was our saw or it was our log.
I was like, maybe we just got a hard log.
And they were like,
you know what it is? You saw the race flash before your eyes, right? You guys were dropping placements like a log.
Boom. That was good.
Man.
That was good.
And then you were talking.
I can't finish this conversation without him or me disagreeing. So this is never going to be an agreement ever.
I like how you guys were just talking about Will and Abby, and they're like, and Lewis, you were like, they went through it like butter, right?
Like butter.
Butter.
They killed it.
Will and
They killed
Abby
it.
said they needed it because they were like a little frustrated. So when they got there and they're like, tick, 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 boom, gone. They were
Honey,
like,
off. Our dog is about to knock over the camera. Honey, off. Go there.
They were excited that they did it so well. But that's what I love about the Amazing Race. It's like when you think you have a challenge and you don't, it's like
I love that shot right there of Michelle.
She's so frustrated here. You can see it. Like,
nose played.
yeah. Totally pissed. 100%.
I don't think I've ever seen Michelle like that, so frustrated in my life.
Really?
She doesn't. I've never seen her so mad.
So Amazing Race is like getting the best and the most frustrated of you guys.
And it's leg
one.
You know what it is too? It's
leg
like
one.
I know how Lewis is, and when he doesn't listen, and I'm getting frustrated trying to get through to him, I know he's not gonna listen. So I was just like, in that moment, I was like, we need to change. And Lewis was like, you can't hear me, but he's like, let's try my way one more time. And I was like, fine. That was my desperation face because I was like, I either fight him and we do nothing because we're just gonna stand there arguing, or I try and get to him while still trying to do his way of doing it.
Oh, for sure.
Know?
And so I got another question then. You finish Saw and they're interviewing you in the car. Do you guys talk about your communication? Do you guys talk because it's one thing when it's like you're at home or, with relationships that you got with friends or family, if something doesn't work out or if something's not happening, you can take time. Right. And sometimes time gives you the moment of clarity and you can come back and everything feels good, but you don't have time. You don't have time on the Amazing Race. Did you guys talk about communication? Did you guys talk about what went right, what went wrong? Or do you guys just like power through?
I think after the leg, we talked about it. After the leg, we talked about everything.
At the moment, I think we just laughed.
Our strategy is not to, we got to focus on what's at hand right now, what we got to do next. And then after the race, what I love about our relationship is whenever there is a hiccup, we don't stay mad at each other. I knew that we were not gonna be that couple that's gonna bicker and argue and stay on that and just lose focus on the race. That's why I think we're gonna go far. We didn't argue about it. We just kept on going.
Yeah, we kind of giggled. Plus, we forgot to pay for the parking.
Oh, yeah?
At the actual parking stand. Because there was a stand. And we knew we had to pay for it. So we thought we could pay for it at the front. Like, you know, like in Miami, you drive through the front, you pay for it at the front, and then you keep going.
Yeah.
We get to the front, and there's no way of paying. There's only...
Was there a station or something, or was there?
It's just a gate. Yeah, there was a station.
Got it.
Station where you had to put your parking ticket, but it wasn't at the gate. And
Like, I remember I told him we have to pay for parking, but we thought it was going to be, like, at that little gate part. Nope.
Oh, so you had to pay for it
revert
before.
back.
So you had to get out of the line. You had to go repark. You had to find a station. You had to, oh my god!
But
And after all of this too, it's like more frustration after.
there was cars behind us. So we're at this gate, right? And the gate's not gonna go up, and we look back, there's cars behind us. By the way, the person right behind us was the creator and the director of the show, Bertram.
Bertram, yeah.
Bertram was right behind us, and then
We're like-
Glenda and Amumba were behind them. So I had to get out of the car. I'm like, move back! Bertram, get out of my way! Glenda and Amumba, move back! And so they're reversing for me, and then we pull the car around. We go to the parking station. The parking station's nearby, and then you want to say this part?
I paid for the ticket, and then I ran back in the car. I'm like, oh, I forgot the ticket.
She forgot the ticket in the machine.
I mean, it was only like 5 seconds because Lewis parked right next to the parking machine.
Sure.
So like,
But those are
you
the
know,
those are the little things that kind of like add up. You don't realize it. You don't realize it, but you guys were how close to? Instead of being 10th, you could have been 6th, right? You were like 5 minutes. It was. If you add up all these
those little things,
you could have been 6th, you could have been 5th, but then that doesn't make for as awesome of a comeback on episode 2. But that's fine.
Yeah, and here's another hiccup. So we finish Smash, we get the clue. All right, boom. We're driving, right? And as we're driving, oh no, we get to Saw after Smash. We're in the parking lot, and then Michelle goes, "Babe, I can't find the clue." I'm like, "What do you mean you can't find the clue?" She's like, I don't have it. I'm like, did I give it to you? She's like, no, I don't think you gave it to me. So I'm a forgetful person, right? That's how I am. You know, I do things without thinking. And
You
then
like to improvise.
And she has a better memory than me. So
but I'm also very forgetful.
so I'm like, oh crap, we just lost the race. I lost the clue. I never gave her the clue. We're done. We're outside in the parking lot in Saw with the cars open, looking for the clue under the seats, on the chair in between. And then she goes into her fanny pack. She goes, just kidding. I have it right here. Found it. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my God. Baby. All right.
The first episode should have been like 2 hours long because some of these snippets would have been hilarious.
No, and everybody had so many
content.
things. Everybody had so many things. The fanny pack is huge. And I think that day, like, I had packed all my pens. I had, like, probably, like, 8 pens just in case. Packed them all in the same place. The clues were getting hidden under everything. I didn't know. The clues are huge. They're, like, this big. So I was stuffing in the fanny pack. I was a mess the first day of my fanny pack.
The story's not over.
It's not done.
Oh,
we finished Saw.
And there's more.
And there's more. We finished Saw. We get the clue.
Unfortunately.
All right. We're driving to Roll. As we're going to Roll, Michelle goes, babe, where's the clue? I don't have the clue.
After she already found it like a minute ago?
No, this is Saw's clue.
No, this is Saw's clue, not Smash's clue.
Oh, no.
Saw's clue. Because you got to collect them together.
Yeah, so we got Smash's clue. We lost it and we found it. Now Saw's clue is missing. Babe, where's the clue? I don't have the clue. I'm like, babe, I thought I gave it to you. No, you didn't. I'm like, great.
We lost again.
I'm thinking this is for sure my fault. She's not going to say this twice.
The emotions,
She's not gonna say
emotions happening in this episode is just
crazy. I'm like, no, I lost a clue. We're done. No clue. Game over. We're done. I'm taking off my seatbelt in the middle of German traffic. I'm trying to look for the clue everywhere in between the seats. And then I hear in the back, Michelle goes, I found it. It was in my fanny pack. And I look at the camera. I'm like,
but then I asked him, I was like, can we laugh about everything that's happening right now? And then he started cracking up. So it was like, after that happened again, we just laughed. We're like, this is so funny to us.
So are you required to give the clues at the end of the race or?
No, they didn't ask for it at the end, but we didn't know that. We thought you had to have it.
Yeah.
Got it. That's hilarious.
yes.
I love this
We
face
finished
too.
off.
If you guys can see it, Michelle, you guys just finished cutting the log. Look at Michelle's
Dude,
face.
I almost made out with the judge, dude. I was almost.
He kissed him. He kissed him.
I went like this. God, thank you.
He did. He did.
I kissed him in the forehead.
And then he got in trouble because of COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue. Sorry about the butt pic, but this is such a good picture of Lewis. He is just, you're ready. I guess
Ready.
Yeah.
you guys are taking. It might have been a good thing that Saw was second, because I feel like this lit the fire. Right. This is, you had your troubles, you overcame them, and now it's like, all right, we're gonna go ham. We're gonna finish it up.
Except for all the traffic going to roll.
Oh, talk to me about
Yeah.
that.
Oof. It was we went out to the wrong exit of the park, so we had to bust a U-turn. And then we had to go the opposite way for a little bit, bust a U-turn, come back, and there was so much traffic come back the other way.
Yeah, Lewis was like, can you try and get me there another way? I'm like, yeah, but I have no idea how the traffic is in any other place.
Right.
I would rather, like, that street in Saul, you go that way and you turn around and it's down that street to go back to Roll. Like, it's that same street.
Got it.
And I was like, I don't want to take you up and then we're stuck in traffic for a long time. So I was like, just go back that way.
Got it. So you stuck in traffic.
So when we actually got there, we get out of the car and then Lewis, I don't know where, he's like, we got here so good. He was like, let's stop and dance break for like 1-2 seconds, and then we ran off to go to Roll. So I feel like that little moment, which for people would be like ridiculous, they'd be like, why would you do that? You're in the middle of a race. It was literally 1-2 seconds. Like, we did that and we're like, okay, we're back to like enjoying rather than being so stressed out. And I feel like that's why we did so good in Roll 2. I mean, I messed up at the beginning of Roll. Like, my hit thing kind of hit the side, but Lewis definitely made up for it after.
Yeah. Well, we saw Asta and Nina there. We're like, how did they beat us? I'm thinking maybe they took a different way out of Saw to get there. So they beat us by a few minutes because they already tried it once. And yeah, we got there. Luckily, we killed it on our first try.
It's because you got on that tunnel by mistake, remember? And I
No,
was
but
like,
without tunnel was...
it was wrong. You could have gone down the street. And I was like, don't worry, I'll get you out of it.
That's why.
Yeah, the streets are just confusing. So Lewis got on a tunnel and I was like, why are you in the tunnel? And like, I was like, don't worry, I found you. I'll get you out right away.
That's
so
what
we
happened
figured
too,
it out.
So traffic and the tunnel.
We
that's
figured
right.
it out though.
So there's some navigation errors also.
Absolutely.
Small ones,
Absolutely.
right? But they just add up. Here's
Yeah.
Lewis's
Yeah.
face. The rejoice on your face.
So the time we were so
this is cool
close.
too.
So I pass the keg over the finish line. The judge, remember, the actor is not the actual judge.
Right.
There's a producer behind cameras that are the actual judges.
Sure, yeah.
So the actor, the bald-headed guy right there goes, "You did it!" And I'm like, "Yeah!" And the producer's like, "No, no, no!" And I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
what do you mean? What do you mean?" And the guy had his camera phone there. And he was looking at it for like 30 seconds. And I'm like this, I'm like this, I'm like
They
this.
had to check to make sure that Lewis passed it like right when it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the producer was looking at the camera, taking his time, like going through it, and then he just gave a thumbs up. And the guy, "You did it!" I'm like, "Yeah!" Oh my
I
god!
went through that whole obstacle course by myself. I was like, "What?"
That's
I
so
was
funny.
happy.
You didn't run around it?
No, I went over the thing.
I didn't see that.
But
It didn't come out.
But Nina and Ashta, they didn't. I think when you guys finished that challenge, they didn't get it. So it was like you were celebrating, and they were like, "Oh, they were so pissed."
Yeah, we did it on our first try. That was their second. So imagine they were there for 3 more tries.
Yeah.
And according to everybody in the race, if you messed up the first time, there's a 2-minute penalty. You got to wait before you try again.
Right, and you
So
didn't
imagine,
see that,
yeah.
right? Because you only had one
they
try.
did it 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10 minutes plus a minute for trying. That's 15 minutes you spend on that task. That cost them the race, right?
That cost them the race.
Yeah.
And you guys were in 7th at this point, right?
Yes.
You guys didn't know that, obviously. It's a scramble. You didn't.
We did not know
everybody's kind of all over the place, and everything's kind of happening. But you guys went from 7th to then
In her face.
Yeah, you guys finished 10th.
Dude, let's.
we have one more thing to say about this.
About roll or
Roll.
about?
No, about right before placing.
No, we have a lot of things to say about this. All right, so we leave roll. We start roll into the pit stop. We feel good. There is traffic in the city. So why do we go from 7th to 10th? Or just hold on, let me turn off the Roomba.
Okay,
Roomba
so
break.
my thing was we were driving. Yes, there was traffic. I knew exactly where to go. In this race, they told us they're gonna take away our clues by the end of the whole entire thing. Like you get there, they take away the clues. So I'm on the way there. And I'm like, Lewis, you have to make a left. I guided him through. I'm like, you have to make a left on this street, and then like we're gonna run into it. Like that's it. Like it's a main street. It's this. It's that. I'm gonna look down. And I'm gonna write down notes, so I'm not gonna look for you. It's a main street, like you can't miss it. And I'm like writing down notes, and all of a sudden, I'm like, why haven't we turned? And we start going like towards the right, because it starts curving. And the street was to the left, and I'm like, where are you? And I'm like, he's like, I didn't see it. Mind you, in Germany, the streets, the same road, one street has one name, and one street has a completely different name.
It's the same street, just different sides have different names.
Different names.
So you're at the street sign, like light, and if you're looking at this side, it's a different name than this side.
And it said Oscar, and I was supposed to look for Vonder, right? So I'm only looking at this side, and I see Oscar, but Vonder's right there, and that was where we had to go.
So he kept going, and I didn't see where he kept going. I didn't see what he missed. I'm just looking down, and I'm like, I look up, and we're veering towards some way. I'm like, what are you doing? I don't even have the map on me. And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, did you pass the street? He's like, I haven't seen it. And he's like, do you want me to turn around? And I'm like, no, because I have no idea where you are. Maybe you haven't passed it and it's up here, but you weren't supposed to curve. So I got to tap again.
All right,
sorry.
let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, that happened to us too when we went to Paris. I guess it's part of like European cities are just like that. We went to Paris and I was trying to navigate my way too, and the road just curves.
Yeah. So basically, I told him not to turn around. I tried to find him. I saw there was a taxi lane with like a hotel there. I told him we should ask the taxi drivers because they're the ones that are going to know quickly.
Yeah.
So we stopped in the taxi lane. We asked the taxi driver. And when I look back, there's a police car by our car.
Yes. So, yes. And I'm thinking if we get a ticket, we're done, right? Because you have to pay. If you get a fine or a ticket, you have to use your leg money to pay that, or you don't move on to the next leg. That's a rule. Mm-hmm. So, but we don't have money. We didn't get money the first leg of the race. We got, what, was it $1?
I don't even
know. Enough for parking or something, right?
Because
it was
$1.
No, it wasn't there. It was
like $1 or something. We didn't need that much money. We didn't. But if we get a ticket, we're done. So I see this cop, and I'm running. I'm at the taxi driver, and I see this cop.
This is the third time you guys are done this with this leg.
Oh my God, yes, bro. And I'm telling the cop, no, I'm sorry. It's a reality. It's a TV show. And the cop's like, I don't care if it's a TV show.
He didn't care.
I don't care. And the German cop is like, oh, I say sorry to that guy. So the taxi driver, another taxi driver ratted us out for being in a taxi lane. And we were in a taxi lane for 30 seconds. That maybe 2 minutes max.
Mind you, there's 5 or 6 taxis still waiting to go.
Yeah,
like,
you would have gone out and they would have gone up. Yeah.
Dude, the guy's a dick. Whatever. And anyway, so we get back in the car. We start rolling. We make another around, go around U-turn. I was making a right. There's a little girl on a bicycle. I almost hit a little girl on a bicycle making a right because, mind you, I'm driving. You have a giant camera here. You can't see to the right.
Oh, that's
Our
right.
audio guy, Bruno, he's like, yo, stop. I'm like, oh my God. And there was a little girl right there.
Because he had a blind spot. So
yeah, of course.
He didn't see.
So whatever. We make that right. We go straight, and then she finds us.
I go, I found us. Oh my God, I found us.
All right. She finds us. We get on Bonder. It's the right street. We see the angel. We make a left, and we start counting cars, Mike. And I'm like, we were lost. That was probably max 15 minutes that we were lost. That's a long time.
That's a long time, yeah.
I don't think in the Amazing Race there's people that get lost for hours. So for me, 15 minutes. You know what? We're definitely not in first place.
Yeah.
We're definitely not top 3, but we made it. So I start counting cars, and I see 1 car, 2 cars, 3 cars, 4, 5, 6, and I start counting like 7, 8 cars. I'm just like, I gotta stop counting. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
Stopped.
And I stopped counting.
We saw Will and Abby actually while we were about to park. They
Yeah.
were crossing the street.
We saw Will and Abby crossing the street. We get off. She sees Rich and Dom on top, and we're running. We see all these teams on the mat. They're all on the mat, and we get there, and then Phil says like disappointed dad face, like
Disappointed. That hurt me. I was like
you got your team number 10,
yeah.
and I'm like 10.
Like, you guys suck.
You guys sucked.
Bro, like just a father disappointment, bro. Like in his face, like son, you went 0 for 3 today in your baseball game. You're garbage. Like, what are you doing? And he looked at me, and I'm like, this is horrible. Michelle's trying to, oh yeah, it's okay, babe. We made it. We're not last. Try to
We're
dance.
not last.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yay.
Look at your face. You're just like,
I was.
I was just like, oh, because the moment that we saw the cars, that's when I started to, the whole entire time we were like, oh, we didn't do that bad today. But then when we do stuff like this and when we review, we're like, we made little mistakes everywhere, and those little mistakes add up.
yeah,
It's
they were
like
adding
1
up
minute,
and
2
adding
minutes.
up and adding up.
And we were 5 minutes behind 6th place. There's a lot of things that went, those little things added up. The traffic added up. The order, we had the roll was the furthest from the pit stop. We did the wrong order. A lot of little mistakes added up to a 10th place finish. So
Yeah.
that's what happened. You want to get to the grades?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So let's grade you guys. I didn't write down the grading, so give me a second. Let's see. We did I actually did write it down. Where's my book?
There's no. We usually do.
Is your communication?
We usually do roadblock detour, but there was no detour, so we could just do
Right.
each.
I have it as
You can do-
navigation, challenges, and then communication. Challenges
There
could
you
be
go.
There you go.
anything, right? So navigation. This is leg number 1. You guys just started the race.
See?
Too many little mistakes. C.
See?
Maybe even C minus. Because then again, we only got lost for 15 minutes, right? But we picked the wrong order. Obviously, with hindsight, we shouldn't have done that order. It being a scramble, we didn't know where the pit stop was. But yeah, just being unlucky, getting the wrong order, getting lost at the end, and little things here and there. Navigation-wise, you could put the parking ticket and all that.
All
in
of that is navigation, right?
All that's navigation. So yeah, C minus. Below
I think
average.
that's being very generous, Lewis. I think a C minus is being really nice.
I just feel like if you get lost for hours, that's a D to an F. I don't feel like we got lost for hours.
No, it was just
And then my thing was, I knew where we were going, but I looked down and he took the wrong turn. So where do you determine that navigation?
it's,
you know what I'm
it's
saying?
death by 1,000 cuts, right? It was just a lot of little things. All right, let's
D
bash
plus.
navigation. Fine.
Fine.
C
Okay.
minus, D plus. I think
minus.
we can agree
Okay.
there. Challenges.
D plus. D plus.
Challenges. We've got 3 challenges. We've got roll. We've got solve. We've got smash.
We did 2 great, 1 horrible.
So C.
I think roll was an A plus, right? You guys killed it.
Yeah.
I think smash
I think
was an
roll-
A plus. I think you guys killed that too, right?
Saw was a F minus.
Was it
Saw
though?
was a 0. Saw was get out of my
No.
classroom because you're a failure.
no.
Saw is you got to repeat this grade again.
It wasn't.
You got to go to summer school.
Summer school, you remember that?
D Saw. So what's the average of those 3?
I'd say
C plus?
like a B minus, C plus, something like that.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we
I'll
got
take it.
B minus. I'll give you a B minus, and then last is communication. What do you guys think about your communication this like?
It's not good. Saw. I feel like
C.
everywhere we had pretty good communication, but no, because the clue thing was not good. We didn't communicate with ourselves that hey, this is the
right.
clue. We didn't communicate and saw well, so it has to be. It wasn't a good leg. We're in real life we're better than that. So
Yeah,
that's a
we
D
are.
plus. It's below average in our scale.
We are.
Communication and teamwork D plus.
So overall, you've got a D plus, you got a B minus, and another D plus. You guys are hovering slightly below average at this point. What is this? C minus overall? Is that what you guys are feeling? C minus?
It's a 10th place in grades.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So I mean, 10th place is maybe where you should have been.
Yes.
I hate to say that.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. After
You're
seeing
right.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, but it was
you
the
know
first
what?
leg.
It is the first leg, yes. And then we definitely did talk about, and we're growing. And one of the things we didn't practice for was that whole like communication of passing you the clue. Like I gave you the clue, but Luis and I are both very forgetful, so we have to be like, hey, I gave you the clue, not like here, grab the clue as we're running. You know, like.
But you had the clue, and I still haven't heard you apologize for it.
I'm sorry. I've said sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Can you apologize for the saw?
I'm sorry for this all.
I love it. We're doing marriage counseling here on Croqueta Chat. All right. Before we start, there's 2 eggs, is there?
Yeah.
You don't know what's in what?
No.
No.
Okay. So, Michelle, I can't see your face.
I
So
know,
you're going to
I'm
have
gonna
to... Okay, cool. And then what are we going to do? Lewis, for your punishment, you got to pick an egg. Or no,
Yes.
Michelle's going to pick an egg.
He's gonna pick it.
So I'm gonna pick an egg. Michelle's gonna get the other leg. This is for our crappy leg 1 finish.
Got it.
We laid an egg. All right.
You
We did
guys-
horrible. So we have 1 egg that's boiled and 1 egg that's just regular. And I'm gonna pick one, and we're just gonna smash it on each other's head and just see what happens.
Okay.
Right.
We're gonna do, for all of you guys watching, this is what's happening right now. They took off their microphones,
Okay,
but
wait.
they're picking. Lewis is
Wait,
picking
back
1
up.
egg. Michelle's picking another egg. There's Honey right in the middle.
Wait!
And this is punishment for their average C minus grade in the whole leg. Are you gonna smash it on each other, or on yourself, or on each other?
On you pick on ourselves or on each other.
I
No!
want you to do it on each other. On
On
each
it-
other.
1, 2, 3. I knew it.
She got it. Ugh, smells like egg.
That smells delicious.
No, it doesn't.
That's for the navigation.
So hard.
No.
That's
Thank
for
God
messing
it
up.
didn't get on the couch.
That's for messing up the saw on your side.
Yeah, that's for our shitty saw grade and everything.
God. Why'd you hit me so hard? Because I
I'm
said we wanted to
sorry.
have fun.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Hope you had fun. This is episode 1. End of episode 1. Peace out, guys.